Good evening, people, and welcome to the Chelsea Ladies Show. Has it been an interesting week? Loads to discuss and another special guest for you. Cue the intro.
I don't know how I'm here, and it's you that I want to need. Feel your heartbeat, feel somewhere you're looking good. Feel your heartbeat, feel somewhere you're looking good.
Is Lamb frozen?
I think Lamb's frozen. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god. Beth, how are you feeling today?
Jemmy's here.
Yes, Jemmy.
Great.
Beth, Rose, welcome to the show, Rose. I'll be the new Lambs right now. How are we doing, Rose? You all right?
Hey, I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
No worries. I think Lambs is coming back in now. Let's just get her in. People, I am leaving. I only covered down to two.
Worst timing.
You said you sorted out your internet.
Apparently, I did. I got 2 messages about it this morning. It has been perfect the whole day. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on unless somebody's just reset it without me knowing. Like, I don't think so though. But
just to clarify, every time me and Lambs are on a stream, it just plays up. I feel like I'm your bad luck charm.
Oh no! It's not.
Exchange. I'm actually leaving now. Have a good show. There's 20 of you here. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe if you're new here as well. And ladies, enjoy. Have fun. See you later.
Bye, Jen.
Right, guys. Again, technical difficulty. Sorry about that. But yes. Welcome back to the GNA Chelsea Ladies Show with a very, very, very special guest, which we're going to get around to very, very shortly. But first of all, I'm joined by my regular, lovely, lovely panelists. Let's start with the one, the only, the Miss Posh of the world. Everybody, introduce yourself. How are you, Beth?
Hi, everyone.
It's a thing.
I can see someone in the comments has said that I'm not posh, so thanks for that, Chris. But no, I'm good. I've had a good week. It's a bit of my first uni assignment. We beat Atletico Madrid. I'm so happy. Let's go. And yeah.
Amazing. And of course, the lady, the myth, the legend, who needs no introduction. It's Charlotte, of course. How are you, Charlotte?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I mean, I've had a bloody great week. I mean, I haven't had to drink all week. I think that's an actual result. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. That's like saying pigs can fly. They can't fly, so we know it's not going to happen. Like,
okay.
Come on, like.
Lovely.
Dan's frozen.
I actually can't right now. I'm dying.
I'm sure her internet's only this bad when she's doing a stream.
Literally, it's always on a Friday, and that's when we do the stream when everyone decides to come on. Beth is posh. Let's just clarify that one. Beth is posh. I ain't playing no games. Just to clarify, everyone needs to be on Twitter. You need to be trending #Beth is posh. That's what needs to happen. Yeah, it does. Genuinely. Are you drinking gin or is it water?
No, the gin ran out now, so now I've got vodka and lemonade.
Oh, it's okay. You're still on vodka. We'll allow that. I can't.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Posh Beth is posh. I just screenshot them.
Don't let them pollute your mind. It's not true.
Well, you are though. Oh, it's not true though. It's not true. It's not true at all. It's really not. That is what happens, Beth. I actually can't right now.
You know what?
She's back.
I'm this close to dropping out and Jim take over. I actually can't even believe this. All right. Well, obviously, you guys are my panelists. So if I experience technical difficulties, just take over, please, because
we have this.
Charlotte already knows this is not my week. This is
it's really not.
So yeah, Rose, Thank you so much for joining us. I wish the Wi-Fi would have behaved for you, but introduce yourself to everybody. Where can they find you?
Yeah,
What do you
so my
do?
name's Rose. I'm an Everton supporter. I'm a teacher full time, but I started a YouTube channel about 2 years ago because Marco Silva was making me want to claw my own eyes out with the football we were playing. So I started a channel, ranted about Everton, and my name is Everton Rose on YouTube. So you can find me there.
Oh, she's gone again.
Right.
Wow, like this is hold on. I'm getting Lambs' agenda out.
I think, yeah, I've got it here. Hold on. The first thing to discuss is the European
review
game.
Champions League. Do you know what? I don't even want to let's just go bang into the Chelsea game. Let's talk about the Chelsea game. I don't want to be talking about no other Champions League. I don't need to talk about it. And to anyone that said I even thought Chelsea were going to get annihilated. Let me tell you, my team turned up. There was only 3 issues I had with that game, and it was actually nothing to do with the football.
Oh, okay.
Nothing to do with the football. The first one was, the Rudiger Suarez incidents.
Yeah. Rudiger didn't close.
No. If you look closely and you rewind it and zoom in, you can see that Suarez pinches the back of Rudiger's knee. Hence, the whole situation starts. Secondly, this is a joint second and third because I don't know who's worse. Jorginho not being in the next match. Why did Mount and Jorginho need to get yellow cards? Let me tell you something now.
It's going to be an issue, isn't it? It's going to be an issue.
Especially Jorginho, because our best combination is actually midfield combination is right now is Jorginho and Kovacic. The last time Kante and Kovacic were in midfield, we lost 3-0 to West Brom. I don't need this. I don't need to age 30 years again. I don't need this. Beth, how did you find the match?
I was terrified. The first 5 minutes, I was shitting myself, and I was like, "Okay, we're gonna lose this. This is so bad. We're just losing the ball. We looked an absolute mess." But after that, I was really impressed with it. It was like, I couldn't believe it. We got half time. It was 0-0, and I was like, "Oh my god, we're gonna win." And I was saying this whole time, we're gonna lose. I don't think we're gonna win this game. And I was so happy. And I think the back three did a really, really good job that game. I think
turned up.
Yeah, they all did a really good job. I think Mount and Jorginho are going to be really big misses as well.
Yeah.
Did you
enjoy the Giroud bicycle kick? Let's just talk about the slow-mo Giroud bicycle kick. I'm sorry, I said this to Prime. I was speaking to Prime about this. I said, if this had been against our goalkeeper, we would have been blaming Mendy and Kepa. We would have been saying they were shit. Oh, Black, mate. Let me tell you, you just got mugged right off by Olivier Giroud. You need to get mugged off by Olivier Giroud tattooed on you somewhere, because you did. You got absolutely mugged off.
It was so good.
And I was just watching it back in slow-mo, someone man
got such a good technique as well when he scores. He doesn't score tapping Giroud. He'll usually score a good goal.
And he hasn't scored for ages.
What's happened? Because you just messaged me saying, "Can you come in again?" Because my Wi-Fi is absolutely dying on me right now.
Yeah,
so
she's just cut out 3 times.
Right. Let's talk about. Has she even started a topic yet, or not? Nothing.
We just decided. She asked us to carry on, so we decided to start on the Chelsea game.
All right. So let's start with. Let's start with Atletico Madrid and Chelsea. Let's just quickly go through with that. Obviously, Chelsea won in comfortable style. Which was surprising against an Atletico Madrid team that we've got to bear in mind are the best in Spain at the moment, sitting top of their league. I'm going to start with Rose, actually. Let's start with Rose, a season neutral on this. Was you surprised on how well Chelsea played against Atletico?
Yeah, to be honest, because Suarez has been in good form as well. He's getting on now. But I was surprised, and the fact that you've kept a clean sheet is obviously really good. But not that surprising, because obviously the change of manager, I think, has helped for you. I think if that had been Lampard, you probably wouldn't have won the game. But I haven't managed to catch many of your shows. Like, did you guys agree with the sacking of Lampard at the time? Did you think it was inevitable? Like, what do you?
Yeah,
It was about time.
It was a mix, I think.
yeah. It was going to happen. The problem with Lampard coming to Chelsea was that he was always going to be up against it, because you got to bear in mind he came with no experience. He was at a team that literally doesn't, even with the best of managers, if you don't perform, will kick you out. Do you know what I mean? They just won't have it. Do you know what I mean? And he lost a couple of games. He lost the dressing room. The man management went out the window, and unfortunately, you don't get to have to. I think he needed time, and I don't think Chelsea's that kind of team that will give you the time to be able to hold it out, if that makes sense. But yeah, it is what it is. But
then again, that's how you win trophies, and you don't wait 30 years for a trophy, unlike Liverpool. This is how you get trophies.
Yeah, exactly, and that is very, very true. Do you think? I mean, Beth, do you feel like, was you surprised with the game? Do you think would you expect us to win the way we did, or would you think it would be a bit more skeptical, maybe a draw, maybe even lose? What was you feeling at the time?
We were going to lose. I really did think we were going to lose. Atletico Madrid, like a really good team. They're basically like elevated sort of Jose sort of team in a way, but they attack much better, and they've got Suarez and he's doing so well, and I was just like, this is going to be an absolute nightmare. And it started off the first 5 minutes and I thought, oh no, I can't even watch all of this, because the first 5 minutes were awful. But I was so happy with how it turns out. I think we played really well. They looked like they were scared to play us, which I wasn't expecting. And it just looked so good, and I couldn't be happier with the result. I think it makes going into the next game so much easier. Obviously, we're at home, so if they score, then it's an away goal and we're even. But I feel much better about it now, especially because that means they're going to have to open up a bit, which leaves them a bit more vulnerable. So I'm looking for the best.
Hear you. What about you, Charlotte?
I mean, like I said, there's only 3 issues I had: the Rudiger Suarez incident, and the fact that we don't have Jorginho and Mount in the next leg. I mean, Giroud's bicycle kick was just beautiful. I think in the next leg we kind of have to go for it. We can't just park the bus. I think Atletico have something to get. They have something more to come at us with. Like they haven't got a goal. They need an away goal. I think if we get another goal, I think that's going to help us. We can't just. I think we need 2 goals actually in the next leg. To be honest, we are at home at Stamford Bridge, and they're going to attack at us. Like Stamford Bridge isn't particularly sacred. I'm not being horrible, but we have lost at home. We have drawn at home. We've won at home. We haven't actually kept in a home record where we're unbeaten. I think we really need to come at them. Their defense usually is solid. I think one of their mistakes was not taking Lamar off, because I'm not gonna lie. Did you just see, like, the first half, the left hand side was like null and void. Like, we was just owning them. They literally we owned them on the left hand side. Second half, the right hand side. You see the first half. You see Callum Hudson-Odoi put Lamar in his place. Lamar tried to come at him like yeah. Callum was like, no, hun, I'm the big man here. Put him right in his place, and Lamar was like, nah. But I think that was a mistake for Simeone not to take Lamar off, because I think he was a weakness. Like, I really do. I think there was a few mistakes from Simeone that I don't think he'll make again, which means we have to not make mistakes either, because it does take, like it says, for that goal to come off the arm of another player for it to count. Like, that's a mistake on their behalf. All it takes is for one mistake from us and they've got a goal back, and then it's a 1-1 away goal. We need to go at them guns blazing. I want 2 goals in this game. I don't even want 1. I want 2.
Yeah, and on that note, Lambs is back. Lambs, we're talking about Atletico and the Chelsea game and the results to that. Are you good to take control now? Are we okay? Can I go?
Really hope so. The good thing is, right, like, if worse comes to worse, because honestly, like, this, I'm not even surprised. The week I've been having, this just about sums it up. Like, this is why everybody kind of knows what we're going to talk about beforehand. So, my lovely panelists can take over. Charles got her own channel as well, so she knows. Rose has got her own channel, so she knows how it goes. And Beth's here and out here like I am. She knows how it goes.
Just message me if it happens anyway. I'll be about anyway, so don't worry. I'll leave it with you, yeah? Continue the topics.
This is
All right,
why we are a team here at GNA TV, guys. This is why.
To be fair, this is the first time it's been this bad, and unfortunately, it has to be when Rose is here. Rose is probably thinking, "What the hell is going on right now? What is this?" Do you know what I mean?
What doesn't usually happen? Like, I don't know why. Like, it's just really Aggie today. It's just not behaving itself today.
No, mate.
See you in a bit. Take care.
Hey, vibes. So yeah, obviously, I kind of was like, had myself off, like on mute, but tuned in, like in the background and backstage, so I could kind of hear what you guys were on about. So, I was hearing what you guys were saying about the game, and yeah, I have to agree with most of you guys there. I think the referee was to blame for some of the silly decisions as well. Like, I don't really think that was a yellow card, and it was just the quickness with how fast he was just like in his pocket. Like, he just really wanted to give that yellow card, and it was like, we're barely like 20 seconds into the game, like chill out. And I think that's probably what unsettled our squad in the beginning. That's why we had such a shaky first 15 minutes. Like Mendy with, I don't know what he was trying to do there. Alonso with his lost legs and terrible touch. I don't know what he's trying to do, slide the ball down his front. Suarez, just him and Rudiger get confused. Suarez comes in, very neatly just puts in a cross for Lamar. And I have to give Callum Hudson-Odoi props for tracking back there, because he did excellently. I thought he performed very, very well. That substitution against Southampton seemed to just prop him into gear, and I loved it. A beautiful pick from Giroud. Again, I thought Mason Mount was okay. I think he didn't have one of his best games. I didn't think, I thought he was giving the ball a bit away a bit. He was missing chances.
Very good. Reckless. He was reckless as well. Like
more so in the second.
Yeah, no. The first half, I literally just wanted him to be the Tin Man, so unoiled, because I just wanted him to stop, not be able to move for the first half. Because let me tell you, that man was doing like tackles. I thought the man thought he was in WWE for the first half. I was like, that man has been watching too much SmackDown and Raw for me to be tolerating this. Like, he was like sliding into everybody. I was like, he really wants to take somebody out. Like, it was just careless in the first half. Second was better, but the first half for me, I was like, I genuinely thought Mason Mount was going to get a red card with the recklessness, and the ref just seemed to be very happy-go-lucky with this yellow card. It was like, if you're happy, put your hand in the pocket and get the yellow card out, like every time. I was like,
yeah. I mean, Rose, what do you think from a neutral perspective? Do you think Chelsea have a chance of beating Atletico Madrid, making it through to the next stages of the Champions League, or do you think, Atletico Madrid, they'll have their players back by the second leg? We have 2 suspensions. Is it just going to be a bit too much for us in the end?
I was looking at who you'd replace with, but I think your squad depth is still quite good. So obviously Kante will probably come in. You've got Ziyech as well. I think you guys will be okay. Is this not a Ziyech fan channel? Okay, well, I'll take that comment back. Honestly, like, I haven't watched much of Chelsea, being perfectly honest. I've seen Ziyech at Ajax, and I thought he was a really good player. I don't know if he hasn't brought that to you, but I think you guys should be okay. You just have to keep it tight at the back, basically. And I don't know, I have some question marks about your defense just from the time that we played you. And so, yeah, I think it's a tough one for me to say. But obviously, if Chelsea win, I'm on the Chelsea channel. So.
I mean,
I wasn't coming at you at your comments. I was coming at you at the comment in the bloody comments where someone said to me that Ziyech should be man of the match. That was my issue. It wasn't you saying anything. I literally just saw that and I went, I'm sorry, are you blind? I do need to go to Specsavers.
You know what? I was rolling my eyes out. It was this AC hype, this Andreas Christensen hype, which, first of all, I'm going to give him his props. He had an excellent game against Atletico Madrid.
He had a really good game.
But I still emphasize he's not the future. But guys,
thank you.
Moving swiftly on from interesting and surprising results in European games, let's move on to a very, very interesting game that happened in the Europa League last night. Of course, I'm talking about Arsenal and Benfica. So this is going to be an interesting game for us to kind of analyze because we're all neutrals here. But I want to talk about this because I want to talk about the Champions League and Europe, where everybody is right now and how the Premier League table looks and who do we think, including our teams, right? And the ones who do we think realistically can compete for these European competitions, European places, Champions League and the Europa League? Rose, I'm going to come.
Oh.
Okay, so I think so. So I think the question was going to be who is going to finish in the European spaces. I'd love to say Everton, but I just don't know if we're consistent enough starting off with us. It's so competitive. So there's like how many points between? Yeah, there's like 5 points between 5th and 9th or something. A few more. So I have to think Liverpool are going to pick it up. I mean, are they going to lose every game until the end of the season? I don't think so. They've lost 4 in a row. Villa as well.
They've got us after Sheffield.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah. I mean, I'd love to say that we're in with a shout, like with 14 games to go. Are West Ham going to drop off potentially? But Moyes has got them like beating Spurs and just So. It's just so competitive. I mean, looking at where Tottenham are, they're 9th, Arsenal in 11th. Like, are they not going to have a late push, like, for the top 4? I'd love to see Everton, though, at least in the Europa League, get some experience. But I just struggle to see past Liverpool. I just think they'll have to pick up the form at some point. And then you guys as well, of course, in 5th. And you're only, like, what is it? Yeah, you're only 2 points off West Ham. I can see West Ham dropping off, personally. But I don't see Leicester dropping off. Because now they're out of the Europa League, they're going to be focused on the Premier League and they won't have the distraction. So I can see Leicester, and then that 4th position, I don't know. There's about 6 teams fighting for it, so it's a tough one for me.
Interesting. Before I move on to Beth, did you know that Carlo Ancelotti in his whole career, he's never coached his team below a 6th place finish? So just some food for thought for you there. Yeah. Beth, thoughts, Arsenal and Benfica. Did you almost think Benfica were going to do it? Did you get excited like I did for a second there?
Right. Not to do a Joyce or anything, but I didn't watch the Europa League last night because I was doing a Harry Potter marathon. So
that's amazing.
That's the best excuse.
The notifications on, yeah, it was a good use of my time. I had the notifications on, and when Benfica went, I think was it 2-1 they went, and I was like, no way, because I said on the stream last week, I think Arsenal are going to make it through. I was like, there's no way, this team can't be bottling it again. But okay, they managed to win not win, they drew, but it was away goals, wasn't it, or something? I don't know.
Yeah, away goals.
No, they won, I think. I don't know. See, I don't even care. They're like, it's Arsenal and whatever. I just don't think they're not going to win the competition. I think their fans are really excited now, but they just don't have like anything that special. Like they have Saka. Saka's really good. They've got some good players, but they don't have anyone that's like super special enough to sort of do anything for them. I don't even think they're going to make it back into Europe. And if I was Arteta, I would just focus on the league to try and get the European place. But I'm not Arteta, so it doesn't matter.
Charles.
Yeah, I'm fuming.
Olympiacos next for them. Are we going to see history repeat itself? And more importantly, just echoing and going off of what Rose and Beth have just said, your thoughts on the game, and realistically, do you think they stand a chance?
I'm fuming they didn't go out. Absolutely fuming they didn't go out. I was so excited to be like, haha, suckers, Arsenal fans, you suck. You suck more than everybody else. Can I do that? No. Am I gutted? Yes. Fuming, Aubameyang, the one time Aubameyang decides to get lucky and get a goal. Fuming. Aubameyang finally knows what a back of a net is, though, so we can all praise him and give him a chocolate coin for that. After that, I want Olympiacos to absolutely destroy them. I want a rerun. I want them I want a 6-0 to Olympiacos. I'm done. I am done. with Arsenal. Like, I'm done with these. I'm
Olympiacos
done with these Arsenal fans being like, yeah, Arsenal are back. No, hun, Arsenal aren't back. Your team's had 3 or 4 good games. Cool story. Like, I just don't like Arsenal very much.
I was just looking it up. The last time, is that right? February 2020, they lost to Olympiacos last time, didn't they? So,
Yeah,
this is why we want a rerun. We want a rerun of this. Like, I want a rerun of this. But I don't want 2-0. 2-0's too good for them. I want a 6-0. I want a 6-0 smashing. Like, I want them to like destroy Arsenal. I want Obama who to be back, because that I'm done. Yeah. No. Let me tell you, I want the 2 goals that they could have had in the last game, and that the Arsenal that bloody they should have had. Benfica should have had 2 goals. Add that onto the 4 goals that I want. That makes 6. My maths is on point. My goal target is on point. I'm ready for this. Olympiacos, I'm praying.
That's the worst deal ever. I'm not even kidding. Can you imagine?
That's not a deal. That's not a deal. That's not a deal. That's a mugging. That's an absolute mugging. That's mugging. That's mugging Everton off. That's actually mugging Everton off.
Okay, so before we move on to our next topic, I want you guys, I'm going to go around each of you, and I want you guys to give me number 1 to number 6. Yeah, so your top 6. Looking at the Premier League table, who do you think is going to be your final 6? So in ascending order from 1st to 6th place. Rose, let's start with you.
City, United.
Who do you think your predicted top 6 are going to be at the end of this season, Rose?
City, United, Leicester, Chelsea, Everton, Liverpool. That's from the heart. Like, that's not, using my head, but you got to say it. You got to say it.
Too. I really do. Your top 6.
Okay. Yeah. City, United, Chelsea, Leicester, Everton, and then Liverpool. Yeah, West Ham won't be anywhere near it when we get around to it. They'll drop soon.
Very, very interesting. Charles,
I'm so controversial right now. Man City, United, Chelsea. This is where it gets controversial. West Ham, Everton, Liverpool.
Wow. You think you will drop off that much?
I'm telling you now, I've said this for 4 weeks now. Liverpool are joining Europa League. Done. See you later. Enjoy that. How many times? So Everton haven't beaten Liverpool at Anfield since 1999. Man City haven't beaten Liverpool at Anfield since Phil Foden was 2 years old in 2002. They've beaten Burnley and Brighton have beaten them at home. Let me tell you, Anfield's nothing special. They're nothing special. They're going to focus on the Champions League until they get knocked out, which I'm going to really enjoy. And then they have nothing to focus on, no trophies. They're that deflated that they end up in 7th place because they're whining and they're moaning. But actually, they have a really decent team that just aren't turning up.
Yeah, but where do you think Leicester are going to finish then?
Okay, so personally, I think we finished 2nd. So I'm going to go City, Chelsea, United. I think Leicester make it into the top 4 because they no longer have the Europa League as a distraction now. I think 5th place is going to be Everton. And I think 6th place is actually going to be Liverpool.
No, I think Liverpool will make 7th.
No, they've got Henderson's gone now as well, isn't he? So
let me tell you, Liverpool can't come back. Liverpool can't come back, and no Liverpool fan is going to get out of my brain that because you have injuries, you're doing really badly. I don't care. People are just seeing the truth. Alexander-Arnold is the most overhyped, overrated player in the whole wide world. He's rubbish. Don't like him. Never have. People are just seeing my views. You have a top striking 3 of Firmino, Salah and Mane. And what are they doing? Not turning up. Acting like they're not on the pitch for like 90 minutes of the game. So I'm sorry, you actually have decent backup players. And I mean, apart from Kabak, who just likes to wrestle, and Alisson, who's apparently hugged Kepa for his bad luck. I mean, apart from that, you've got like a They have actually got a solid team. They're just not turning up. Yes, and Liverpool will finish 7th. Absolutely.
Oh my God, if that happens, it's going to be calamity. Can you imagine?
I'm going to be buzzing.
Restrictions, City are having their parade, Everton is in 7th place. It's going to be a cold night on one side of Liverpool.
Do you know what the problem is? The only good thing about this is that Liverpool aren't going to be able to have their parade, which actually makes me very happy. But it's because by the time that they can have their parade, City will be champions. So it's really salt in the wounds. And the only decent thing is that the Liverpool fans actually, I'm not blaming the fans, but the players don't deserve to have the fans chant champions in Anfield or any other place because they haven't deserved it. They haven't turned up. Why should we chant something that you actually aren't? You're not champions. You're not. This is the world's shittest title. It's not even I can't even call it a title defense. It's just the world's rubbishest season. Yeah, they. I can't even say it's actually a title defense because it's not a title defence. From the 7-2 loss at Aston Villa, we all should have seen this was their downfall. Because let me tell you now, if that's a title defence, God help them. Because it's going to be another 30 years. And another 30 years. Another 30 years before they win something. And personally for me, and I'm very controversial, as you know, Klopp needs to go. Klopp has to go. His time is up.
If it's that bad, I think he'll willingly go, to be honest.
Yeah, but this is what happened when he was at Dortmund.
Charlotte, you nicely segued into like this nice little next part, because I know Rose has to like head off soon as well. So this brings me, so talking of managers, yeah, revolutionary managers in the mud, yeah. The way Tuchel has transformed this Chelsea, like we've all discussed this. Like I know we've all sat here, we've all been like stressed in the days of Lampard. We've all just been sitting here, just like drinking consistently, being upset, not really knowing what to do, right? But since Tuchel's come in, we're happy, we're smiling, we're enjoying life, guys. We're undefeated, yeah? We've only conceded 2 goals. Life is good, right? Now, I also want to know Rose's views, because since Carlo Ancelotti's come in, he's just made some crucial key signings, transformed like the spine of the squad, and suddenly like we're looking at Everton, we're like, is this Everton? Everton that finished 12th last year, you know? Okay, so thoughts? Yeah. What do you think of Don Carlo's reign so far?
It's like you said, Carlo hasn't finished below 6th, I think, and then he came to Everton and he finished 12th, and like we ruined him within the space of like 6 months. But basically,
so it doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, we were probably gonna get relegated without him. So like, genuinely, we were that bad. So he's just, the thing with Carlo is, for me, is just how calm he is. So as Evertonians, we've had 23 years, and personally 25 years, just to panic, because whenever we go to Anfield, we panic, we capitulate. Jordan Pickford's volleyballing it into his own net, and like we're all terrified. So the derby win for me is like the biggest sign of mentality change, and just the way like Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Michael Keane, just players that I wasn't entirely sure about, and now they look like they could just do anything and beat anyone, and it is actually a really good time to be an Everton fan. I mean, we've had the derby win, the new stadium's going to happen. Luca Dean is our left back, who I think is really underrated. Has signed a 4-year deal.
Peng! Oh my! Have you guys seen the plans for Everton's new stadium?
No, I haven't.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm not. No, I'm fuming. I'm actually fuming about this. You know, we need a new stadium. Our stadium is basic. Literally, our stadium. I'm fuming. Everton, you jog on with your new stadium. You enjoy that, you posh bellends. I'm done with this. I'm fuming. I'm sorry. What? We've got Champions League. We've won Champions League. We've won Premier Leagues. Like, what have Everton got? No Champions League. Don't even talk. I'm fuming.
I don't. I think our stadium has character, but I am really bored of every other team going, no, you've got a shit stadium. Look, it's so small, blah, blah, blah.
No, but I feel like we could keep it in the same place, but just renovate it, make it better. Because it
Actually,
has.
so jealous. Like Leicester shelling out for a new training ground,
I
Everton
know.
new stadium. Even Tottenham have a better stadium than us. How
I
is that
know.
possible? One nothing.
Just to clarify, it's the only good thing Tottenham have. The only better thing Tottenham have against a lot of us. It's the only thing they're better at is getting a new stadium. So well done to them. They should win a trophy for that. It's the only trophy they're going to win this season.
But talking of Everton, and obviously we've heard Rose's thoughts about Carlo, what he's done with the team, and yeah, she sounds very happy. And why wouldn't you? I'd be quite happy if I was in your position too. But thoughts, Beth, Carlo, Everton, ECL, James.
I think he's doing a great job. You know, we've all got a soft spot for Carlo Ancelotti here. Every Chelsea fan feels like he was very hard done by, and I do want to see him do well there. And I think he will probably win you something, hopefully, or get you European football. And I think that would be really great. I think you've got like really good set of players as well. You've got Calvert-Lewin; he's doing really well. I really dislike Richarlison. As a rival fan, I dislike Richarlison because he's very. When we played him, he spent the entire game on the floor. I was like screaming at him.
Yeah, he's one of those. It's probably like Costa for you guys. Like you love him because he plays for you, but like Richarlison, his antics, like he just spends too long on the floor. Like I'll admit that, But you know, like the bit I like about him is that he's like a bit of a snide. Like I like that in a player, like Robertson for Liverpool.
It's
like
a player that wants to like fight as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and if he's your player, then you love him. But if he's on the opposite side, yeah, you absolutely hate him. But I think also we've just been too nice at times as well. So like if you think a few years ago when we used to have like Bain, Jagielka, like they never used to get in the face of a referee and just used to like let decisions happen. And I like with Richarlison now and James and like the Spanish, like the Colombian players, they don't take it. They're just like no. So I think it's a mixed bag with Richarlison, but I love him because he plays for us right now.
Yeah, you know he's talented, but yeah, I just find him a bit dirty. But like Diego Costa always wanted to start fights, and everyone hated him, but we loved that. So it's exactly what you said. And you got Luka Dean's been really good for you. I think you're looking really good at the moment, and I think as you can keep hold of Lewin, you'll be all good.
Oh my, and it just goes to show, like when you bring in the right players like Alan, Doucouré, Ben Godfrey in the back. I know Pickford has had his moments, but you know he was great again. Looks like
probably get a better goalkeeper.
Probably get a better goalkeeper.
Yeah, the worst.
Like a number two, because you know it looks like he's getting his confidence back a bit. But again, I suppose if you want to go to the next level, Pickford's got to go. He's got to go. I mean, what was he doing in that? The first
is ridiculous.
God.
Pickford is a joke. I'm sorry. How he's our number one England goalkeeper blows my mind. Out of all the England goalkeepers we have, we decided to put Pickford. Like the man. I can't like.
And obviously,
he needs to play chess.
Experience as Chelsea fans with crappy goalkeepers, but hey.
You know, you're telling me don't. I am ready to buy a world-class goalkeeper. Like, but Pickford's no better. Like, if Everton want to do things or like actually go somewhere, Pickford, it's time for you to go. Bye. See you later. Go to the American League for retirement. Like, see you later. Bye. I'm done. I will see you later. Retirement home's calling.
Well, you're gonna say
true. Like, it's too inconsistent. Like, he will have an amazing game, but then the next time he just like parries it into his own goal, and you just think it's not the same guy. I agree. I mean, I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know that much about goalkeepers, but I think we do need to look at it in the summer if we are serious about moving on.
Amazing. Okay. Well, Rose, do you have to leave now or
in about 5? That's all right. Yeah.
It's just if you need to just leave, just when you drop us in the
chat. Lambs, I am going to have to leave by 9. I'm on the terrace.
I know about Kendall's show as well. So that's literally why I'm like trying to like I'm literally trying to like move us on so everyone's like the timing is perfect because this is going to be like the last section. So if it fits everybody, then everything should finish on time, guys, and we should try to fit into about an hour, just about under an hour, so everybody has time. Okay. So what I wanted us to do is talk about, because obviously we've just literally spoken about Everton, what they need to do, improve their goalkeeper and stuff. But so far, like the introduction of Usmanov, Carlo Ancelotti, they're on the right track, and you can see, and it's been shown on the pitch. But Chelsea, and I know we've spoken about this before, and I'd like to get all of our perspectives, even Rose's as well as a neutral. So I know you have to go, Rose. So I'm going to come to you first, quickly, before you have to go. Who do you think? What do you think Chelsea needs to sign to strengthen? Because there are still weaknesses there. I know Tuchel's come in, but there's still glaring weaknesses there. And as a neutral, it's probably more obvious to you. So what do you think?
I think, just like we spoke about Pickford, I think goalkeeper, I'm not really sure who your first goalkeeper is. Like, just like looking at it from the outside, whether it's Kepa, whether it's is it Mendy? Am I getting the name right? Yeah, whether it's Mendy.
Mendy is our number one goalkeeper.
Probably
it's just
not
about
Kepa.
Oh, yeah.
Kepa is not our first goalkeeper. No.
I'd still say defensively. Looking at the team that started against Madrid, like Christensen, I think he has good games and bad games, just about consistency. So I'd say defensively, like maybe it's centre back. But then Alonso's been doing okay lately. Is that right? Is that fair in saying?
Unless he has to defend.
He's our best back.
Okay.
Yeah, an attack. Defending is difficult for him.
Because I think his legs are a bit gone.
Okay. So I'd probably say defense for you guys. Aspilicueta's getting on as well. I really rate him, but yeah, I think midfield-wise, like you got Hudson-Odoi, is youngster coming through. Werner, he will score goals. I think it takes time for players to adapt to the Premier League. Like, he scored so many goals in Germany. I think it will work for him eventually. So yeah, for me, defense for you guys.
Yeah, Beth, what do we need?
I have a list, right? I think we need a defensive midfielder, like a big man, like a strong, but not Declan Rice. Can we stop with Declan Rice? I can't deal with it anymore. Let's stop.
No, that's Lampard's plans. He's gone.
Declan Rice is
nuggets.
Over
chicken nuggets instead of Declan Rice. Chicken nuggets. I want £60 million worth of McDonald's chicken nuggets that I want Declan Rice. I want £60 million worth of chicken nuggets. I don't want Declan Rice.
Declan Rice is good for West Ham. He would not be good for Chelsea. I can picture it in my head. He's a good player in a mid-table team. Yeah, West Ham are a bit higher than mid-table at the moment, but that's not going to last. Anyway, defensive midfielder, centre defensive midfielder. I think we need a striker because I reckon if not both, at least one of Tammy and Giroud will be off in the summer. I think we need definitely a centre back and probably to recall Tomori as well as, so like that would be like two. And if we're going to carry on with the three at the back, we probably need to look at left wing back options that might be better than Marcus Alonso because I don't think Chilwell is very good there. But I think it's a tough one because we don't know what Tuchel's going to want to do in the summer, but he's also only on an 18-month contract. So we might not get signings that Tuchel wants. We might get signings that the board wants, and then he has to try and work around it. So I think if he does well this season, they might back him, give him an extension, and then get the players he wants in. If not, he's probably just going to have to work with whatever the board decides they want to do. So it's interesting.
Well, what do we need?
So this is who I want to get rid of. As I told you, I have a list of people I want to get rid of, and I'm going to say this list every week until we finally get rid of it. Kepa, Mendy, Christensen, Emerson, Alonso, Rudiger, Pulisic, Ziyech, Kante, Jorginho. I'm ready to get rid of all of them. And Tammy Abraham's going to be going because they want to keep a Giroud over Abraham. So Tammy Abraham.
Do you know what Shaw's moving like right now? I don't know if anybody's seen Game of Thrones, but you know how Arya Stark had a list of names that she was. Yeah, Shaw's going to keep on reciting the list until
just to clarify, I am.
They start going. They start disappearing.
So let's discuss this. We don't actually have a world-class keeper. We have an average keeper. We've never bought a world-class keeper. We created Peter Cech and Courtois. They weren't world-class when they came to us. So for me, we've never bought one. I want Oblak, period, end of. Emerson is done. Alonso, done. Like, the man's legs are already done already. Alonso, I don't need to do anything. Alonso's signing it, digging his own grave with his feet. Kante's just Kante and Jorginho. We all know why I don't want Jorginho. It's not that he's not good. It's just his style of play doesn't fit Chelsea anymore. Kante is just getting. Kante for me doesn't fit into Chelsea anymore. Look at him playing against Kovacic. He's
happy either.
Yeah, well. I don't think he does. Ziyech and Pulisic. Everyone knows my reasons for Ziyech. Ziyech is 27 years old. He's in his prime. Tell me what he's done. Now I'm going to come for Ziyech now. Let me tell you what has Ziyech done that's so special? Nothing. So you all can pack down with your Ziyech like, oh, I love Ziyech. He's done nothing. What's he done this season? Nothing. Let's go on to Pulisic now. Let's really piss people off while I'm on one. Pulisic, let's talk about this. The man has been here for nearly 2 seasons. This season, he's been injured for like 60% of the games. I'm telling you now, yes, he's nearly been here 2 seasons. And he's been injured. He's been injured for so many times. He's injured. He's come back this season from his injury. Has he turned up? No. Then he had a calf injury. It's a bloody injury. And then he decides to not turn up. And I'm fuming. Like, where do I want Pulisic? At least Ziyech actually did some good in the game in the Champions League. Pulisic, I didn't even know he was on the pitch. I did not know the man was on the pitch. I never know Pulisic is on the pitch because he doesn't turn up. So let me tell you now, when you're done with Pulisic and you're like, oh, he'll stay for another season and he's injured and he doesn't play for the majority of the game. For me, Pulisic could be a great, like, he is a good player when he's not injured. But he's been injured, 21 times with the calf injury. 21 times. 21 times, and he's 22 years old. The man is 22 years old and he's been injured nearly 1 year, one injury every year of his life. That's not good. I don't need that in my team. I'm sorry. Let's just get rid of Abraham. Let's get rid of Pulisic and let's get Haaland and Sancho in. I'm done for this now. Like, Pulisic is done. And anyone that tells me that Pulisic is going to do better, you can't. You can't tell me he's going to do better. His recurring injury says no. Sorry, I'm a recurring injury. I stay with Pulisic all the time. I'm going to come back and haunt you. So no, I'm done. Pulisic is done. Ziyech, if he doesn't improve by the end of... I'm going to give Pulisic another season because he was with Lampard, you know. I've got to be generous sometimes, you know. Sometimes I've got to be like Charles. Sometimes you've just got to be generous. So I'm going to be generous. Ziyech gets another season. Pulisic, if he gets injured another time this season, I'm done. If he doesn't get injured, I'll give him another season. However, if he gets injured this time January, I want him done. Bye. See you later. Don't care how much. Bye.
Can I just...
Rose, wait, hold on. What did Rose have to say?
No, nothing after that. I think it's
Okay. I think the Ziyech one's still a bit harsh. I think he's shown that he can do something. It just depends whether he's going to work in a system that Tuchel wants. However, not to upset the entire chat here, but I think there's definitely a point there with Pulisic. I'm really sorry. It would be a really smart business decision for the club to get rid of Pulisic at the moment because he is a liability. He's spent more time being injured and bloody time. And he was being good. He's shown he can be really good, but I think he needs to be in a league where there's a bit less like physicality or it's a little bit slower and then it won't hurt him as much, which I think would benefit him in the long run as well.
Slow as hell.
Yeah, and there's no part of me saying here that Pulisic isn't a good player, but I think business-wise for the club, it would be a good idea to get rid of him before his injuries damage his value. And that's the way I see it.
As well in the chat, like, damn.
Yeah, I don't agree.
I don't clarify to everyone that's cussed me for saying I want Pulisic out. I told you so. I told you so. No. I don't want the apologies. For me, saying I told you so is better. I told you all. I told everybody, and everyone came at me and cussed me and told me I was being stupid and that. But that I was like ridiculous and that I wasn't a Chelsea fan. Let me tell you now, I'm not doing it because I don't think Pulisic is a good player. I'm doing it for an injury-prone player that actually isn't turning up at the minute and hasn't turned up this season. So don't come at me.
I think you should go back to Germany. That'll probably be there.
Yes, thank you.
He is he's preparing his wig and then he's going to join us next time. So once the wig is ready, Jem will be there. Exactly.
So when we get to 1,000 subscribers,
we know what they're trying to do. Don't succumb. So, wow. Charles, I hope I was reading through the comments and I hope that rant there. I don't know if it lost us a sub. So now more than ever, guys, there's about 34 of you guys here. Please smash the like, share the stream, and yeah, tell us what you think about Pulisic and Ziyech. Flop. Is Charlotte being too harsh? I don't know.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying he's injury prone and he's been a flop at Chelsea. There's a difference. Okay. I'm not calling him out on his skills.
Let's move on those so we can finish on time. So final thing we're going to do, we're going to quickly preview 3 games, including our team's games, and just quickly go through and give your score predictions, and then we shall sign off. So first game, Everton and Southampton. Score predictions. Rose.
2-1 to Everton.
Beth.
I think 3-0 to Everton. Southampton, they've got it rough, haven't they? Got it so rough. They've got another injury as well, haven't they?
Yeah, I think aren't going their way too as well. Charles, Everton, Southampton.
1-1.
Interesting. I'm gonna go
count Lewin, so he better get a hat trick.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Everton. I think Richarlison, DCL with some goals. But I think Pickford and goals always a bit of a liability, so probably can be 1 goal. Next game is neutral for all of us, but still a very, very big important game. Arsenal versus Leicester. One just got through in Europe, one got knocked out. Score prediction, Rose.
Leicester win 2-0.
Beth?
Leicester win 2-1.
Charles?
1-0.
2?
Leicester.
Of course. Just wanted to clarify for everybody watching right now. And I'm going to go for 2-1 to Leicester as well. I think now that they're out of Europe, they can fully focus on making those Champions League spaces.
But they still have injuries. Madison's not back. They have some big injuries, which is why I think 1-0. Because I think they'll get the goal and park the bus.
They're 11th, so
Yeah, no, but you never know. Arsenal turned up against us. We don't underestimate Arsenal. They can turn up.
True. Final game and the beginning of the weekend. Manchester United and Chelsea. Rose, score predictions.
I think I'm going to go with a draw for that one. I'm going to go 2-2.
Beth?
Was it Chelsea Man United?
Yeah, the big one.
Right, I think it's going to be a 0-0 or a 1-1. I think either team could actually win it, but I think that I still worry about how clinical we are. And at Man United, they haven't won a game against any Big Six, but they also haven't lost any games away. So I'm trying to bear that in mind. I think it'll be a draw.
Charles, I'm so nervous, man, for this game.
Do you know what? I think it's going to be one of those. There's 2 ways I see it going. One, it's going to be just an overhyped game, like an ends in a 0-0 or like a 1-1. What I really want from my team, after seeing their Atletico Madrid turnout, I need a 2-1. I need a 2-1 to Chelsea. But my gut feeling is telling me this is going to be like a 0-0. Because we did 0-0 in the first game we've played them. I just see it being dead as, like, just both counteracting each other, trying to defend the hell out of each other. No, do you know what I want to see? I would like to see, because Mount can play and Jorginho can play in this game, I want to see Mount get both goals just to piss off David. That's what I want to see.
Oh, David would just. Do you know? I don't think. Yeah, like as long as we won, I think we're going to be relentless, dominating possession. I think we're going to win 1-0, but it's going to be close. I don't think there's going to be too many goals.
I think we'll definitely have a lot of the possession, but I don't know if we'll be able to score from it.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous. So guys, that brings us to the end of our show because we've had a nice small panel. We've actually managed to keep it just in like the hour mark and listen to everybody. And as usual, it was never a Chelsea ladies show without a segment of Charlotte absolutely ripping into our squad.
Every single one.
So quickly, we're going to go around. Everybody tell people where they can find you, socials, etc. Rose, let's start with you.
You can find me. I'm Everton Rose on YouTube. On Instagram, I'm Rose_Saren as well.
Amazing. Get to subscribing to her channel. Beth, one.
Oh, well, you can find me on Twitter at KingKaiFC and on here at 8 p.m. on Fridays. It's real nice. It's like my favourite thing to do at the moment and I love doing it. So, yes, lovely.
And we love you, Beth. We love you. And, of course, last but certainly not least, Charl, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Charl_strong. You can find me on here. You can find me on the terrace at 9 p.m. That's in like 5 minutes on Kendall's show every week. You can find me on Strong TV, my brand new YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribing to that. And if you're not, well, you're just not living your best life. I have a show tomorrow with Lambs called the Football and Wine Show. We're going to have Yannicka on there. So I think Lambs has organised someone as well. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. It's got alcohol involved. Who knows what happens? And I will be doing a watch along for the Man U Chelsea game. So make sure you subscribe.
Yes, so make sure you follow them all on their socials, subscribe to Strong TV, subscribe to Everton Rose, and of course, you can find me here on GNA TV. You can find me on Midnight Vibes on the Football Terrace. You know, I'm here, there, everywhere. I also do show bits and bobs on his channel. I've just been doing so many streams lately, guys, just everywhere on the YouTube sphere. And on socials, I'm on Instagram at Lamia Elmad. And that is where you can find me. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. There was one point where we literally at 30, 35 plus, and that was going up. And you know what? That started happening when Charl was literally just wanting in for Ziyech and Pulisic. So again, this is what makes the ladies show the ladies show. We're just chilling, drinking, vibes in, and talking about football. Rose, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Beth, Charl, my beautiful, lovely panelists. Always a pleasure. And we out.
It's like it's playtime and it's free time. In the dance, they have to take a glance, we stepping out the room.